Hey guys, I'm Tyler Haase. I haven't been here in a while, but hold on. I'm gonna go through my morning with you guys. So this morning I got up, I walked in my shower, I washed my dick and balls with Dove soap, got out into the mirror, used a $6 clean and clear face exfoliant from the grocery store. I let it settle until my skin sparkled. But yeah, that's my best, Bret Easton Ellis, getting ready in the mirror that I could do.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Pretty good, right? It's
Yeah,
good, right?
fucking
It was
Olivier,
very
man.
good.
But
Fucking Olivier.
yeah. But I'm back, guys.
Welcome back, T.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome back, T. Hi, I'm Craig, English nerd living in England, and I'm just very, very, very glad to hear T's voice again. We missed him, and it's just a constant torrent of filth. But like, it's not just a filth. T is such an innocent, and his combination of total innocence and filth is just a wonderful thing to experience every week.
I'm Dave Gray, and this week I learned, I was going to say I learned fuck the 1980s, but right before we started to record, they announced a 4K screening of Transformers, the movie, near me, and I bought tickets, and I had the biggest geek out to the fact that I terrified my niece who had to go running out of the room. I was I can't wait. Yeah, I usually keep that shit in check, but I didn't this time. And this is Raiders of the Podcast.
I'm not putting myself with that Transformers trauma again.
I am.
No, I can't do it.
You have to
Even
understand,
Orson Welles can't lure me in.
I am a bit of a freak. My favorite Transformer is Rodimus.
Okay.
I said it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Optimus Prime. I do. But like, my favorite Transformers era is the one right after that, because I was like a little bit too young for the brand new. It is the same with like G.I. Joe, right?
Yeah.
The stuff I remember the most is after the movie when everything was weird. That people looked down on, because that's when I was really into it. I wasn't quite there for the first 2 years, but I was there for the last 2 years. So like, I love Rodimus, and I love the female one who's RC, and and it's nothing against Bumblebee and Optimus and co, but give me the Trash Bots, give me the Dino Bots, give me Rodimus Prime. That's me. I feel the same way in the comics. I just wait for Hot Rod to get back into it. I'm a freak like that. And some of the best Transformers comics of all time are Hot Rod and Megatron in the IDW series. Stop smacking my microphone with your tail, cat. Okay,
I'm a Starscream man. Starscream is such a fucking little bitch. I love
Starscream is great. Yeah, I love Starscream too.
An awful little piece of shit he is.
He is. Oh, okay. Anyway, so this is first mini-sode on Ryan Murphy's current series, The Shards. We're going to cover the first 4 episodes, which include episode 1, Pilot, episode 2, Don't You Want Me, episode 3, Help Me, Rhonda, and episode 4, Robert's Party. So I guess just briefly, it is about a fictional version of a baby Bret Easton Ellis, who would later go on to write, I guess he's writing Less Than Zero during the course of this. His rich girlfriend, Debbie, who's the daughter of a Hollywood producer who likes to, groom young boys. And there's a there's a serial killer running around called the Trawler, and a cult. And basically, this is 1980 as 81 as seen through the eyes of Nancy Reagan, and she's right, instead of just a dumb fucking bigot. So, that's what the series is. All right, guys, do you have any? Let's talk. Let's get into this. Let's talk about it.
I mean, I watched this. I said this to you earlier before we came on air. I said I picked up lots of good things I liked in this. But then by the end of the episode, I realised I've been looking at all these bits that I'd liked. At the end of the second episode, it occurred to me that while picks all these bits like like that. I hadn't enjoyed the show at all. Like I found nothing was enjoyable, nothing was interesting until episode 4, and there are some bits about episode 4 that I like. But for the most part, I hate it when people say about a program nothing happened, and I'm like, what was it? Was it a black screen? What are you fucking talking about? Of course, stuff happened because normally they're talking about, oh, they were just talking and just exploring characterization and it usually annoys me, but good God, nothing happens in the first 3 episodes of this program. Nothing. And there's no character, creating or world building. There's just nothing.
There's Brett, but Brett is such a vacuous, dumb fuck. He sees nothing outside of his own inanity, and he understands. I mean, that's my problem, where I don't mind something that's like deeply filtered through someone, but they need to not be such a fucking idiot.
I would say a narcissist. It's just straight narcissist.
I mean, he is a narcissist, but he's stupid. He's a stupid narcissist, and that's the problem.
Well, many narcissists are stupid.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't want to spend 8 hours with them. Like 2 hours is my limit for that shit.
I get it.
I will say, okay, I will be nice. I do think there are some good members of the cast here. I think, I agree. Igby, Craig said this before we started recording. Igby Rigney, who plays Bret Easton Ellis, does a good job. Do I fucking hate him? Yes. If I saw him like in distress on the side of the street, would I wait for him to breathe his last and stop him from getting help? Maybe. But he does really good with it. And I'm sure when I see him in other things, I'll be like, that kid is an excellent actor. But right now, I hate him. So, good for you. Yay.
I feel like you're supposed to hate him though. Like I think he's written to be hated.
But my problem is that he doesn't say or do anything interesting. Like I'll get into that. I want to say more nice things before I get into the things I hate. He does. You are supposed to hate him. I mean, I'm not gonna deny that. That's like obvious. It's patent.
Yeah.
But then if I'm supposed to hate him, he should be compelling, and he's not. He's just dumb. I do think Kaya Gerber, who plays his friend Susan, is actually been fairly good so far. She's given a solid performance. She's the one member of the friend group that isn't a horrific human being and might have a heart, but for some reason is hanging around the horrific human beings. Okay, I'm not going to mention Homer Gear because I have nothing nice to say about him. Or Hayes Warner. Evan Rachel Wood's always good. She shows up. She's had a couple scenes that have been like she knocks it out of the park. She's totally underused, but she plays a mom in a teen drama, so of course she's going to be totally underused. And that's about it. That's about the only nice things I have to say. Because this is the kind of show that doesn't do anything except needle drops, and needle drops aren't storytelling. I'm sorry. They're not. There are more needle drops than I think there's dialogue in half these episodes. And they're the most obvious, dumb fuck choices ever. Hearing Stevie Nicks wail Edge of 17 is not for tense situations. If you're going to go back and forth between somebody exploring a creepy house and a captured victim, don't blare Edge of 17. It's not going to get me into it. It's just going to make me hear a fucking goat like mewing in the background, and I'm going to be annoyed at the goat. And I'll be thinking about curried goat the whole fucking time, and that's what happened. Come on, T. I know you got nice things to say.
Gosh.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, so I mean, to put this in a metaphor, this show is kind of like an ice cream sundae for me, the perfect ice cream sundae, like in the form of art, because I can't have ice cream, as you guys know, I'm lactose intolerant, but so I need to like pretend it's ice cream. But I love Bret Easton Ellis and Ryan Murphy's stuff so much. I mean, as you guys know, I've mentioned this many times, and this is just like fucking pure Ellis and Ryan Murphy, like so hardcore, and I love it. I mean, it's got that, that classic Bret Easton Ellis narration. So much of this just screams American Psycho. Everything, like just his skincare. This is just pure American Psycho. That's what this is. I mean, I know this is all needle drops, but I fucking love this soundtrack. I do. I love that Edge of 17 sing. I know that song doesn't really fit walking through a fucking serial killer house, but I don't care. I loved it. I loved it so much. It's filled with, just rich yuppie teenagers. There's cocaine everywhere. But I just think every song on this is an absolute banger. I love the music in this. But I really like this cast. I think most of them are excellent. I didn't take any notes for this episode. Like, not a single note that I take because I was just watching the show.
To be
So I
fair,
have
you can't take notes while masturbating.
It's
Yeah,
true.
you got to have hands free to do your typing.
It's true. It's true. And when you watch 4 hours of just Ellis and Murphy, I have one hand free. I can't take any notes. But
and the nipple play. There's no come on. There's no hands.
It's true.
Yeah.
They're spare.
Yep.
True.
Not in
Not a single-
T's world.
Not a single hand is spared when I'm watching fucking
Bit of
the
butt
show.
play.
But
Mhm.
so I have no actor names written down except for Cindy Crawford's daughter. I think that's her offspring, right? She looks exactly like Cindy Crawford. Looks exactly like her mother. But she's really good in this. But I think this whole cast is really good. I think they all fit their parts really well. I love how there's scenes in a mall, just an 80s mall. I wasn't around in the 80s. I was born in 89, but everything about this, the 80s mall atmosphere and him going to see The Shining, everything about this I love. And
just before we get too far, Crawford's daughter is Kaya Gerber.
Okay. Yeah, because she looks just like her mama, like identical. Crazy looks like her. But yeah, to go on to the characters, I feel like Ellis and Murphy write these characters to be unlikable. Ellis always did that. I don't feel like you're supposed to side with any character in his work ever. One of my favorite movies of all time, and we covered it on the show, is Rules of Attraction. Love that movie. Huge fan of that movie. But there isn't a single likable character in the bunch. Nobody is likable in that movie. James Vanderbeek is playing Patrick Bateman's brother in that, and he's just a piece of shit. But you still love the characters. You still get behind the characters, even though they're super unlikable. And that's what I like
because
about
they're
this show.
people, and they're not people in this show. They're not even stereotypes. None of them have any character or personality at all.
I want to argue that fact, but I can't because you're kind of right. But I still like the characters. It's weird. Like, I still get behind these characters. But yeah, so far I'm really digging this show. Like I said, we've only covered the first 4 episodes, but I've really digging the vibe of this. It's pure Ryan Murphy stuff though. Like, this is his porn, and it's really good. But I'm digging it so far.
But I think ultimately that's my problem with it. And let Craig say nice things before I really start to pee on.
Well, I said when we decided to talk about this show, I kind of thought it was perfect for us three because I knew that David hates it and say awful things for the whole episode, and then T would love it and only say nice things for the whole episode, and I could just be the sane one in the middle with some slightly more rational things to say, maybe, possibly, or not. Dave just thinks I'm wrong about everything possible I'm about to say, but we'll see. I like the cast. I think Igby Rigney, is that his name?
That's it.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I think he is fucking excellent in this show, and it didn't click immediately because his voiceover is awful. Is that him or is that Bret Easton Ellis? It sounds like a completely different person. That voiceover is awful. Someone has directed
as far as
him.
I know, it's him. I haven't seen anything say, "Hey, it's somebody else doing that." It's him. So
it sounds like
someone
Bret
has
Easton
asked
Ellis,
him
though, exactly.
Yeah.
Someone's doing not even the Patrick Bateman voice, the Christian Bale Patrick Bateman voice, and he doesn't do it in any of his other scenes, so he doesn't speak like that. I don't know where it comes from, but he does it.
Well, no,
he does it really badly in an uncomfortable way. Like
that's exactly where it comes from. That's what the show's doing. Where it's going, hey, remember this shit from his other books? You liked American Psycho, so we're going to make him Patrick Bateman, but not only for the voiceover, because if he is Patrick Bateman, then we're kind of fucked. So, but in the voiceover, he's going to be Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, I hate that voiceover. Every time he does that voiceover, I kind of glaze over. But other than that, I think he's great, and I think it's excellent. Part of it is this weird look that he has, which is part acting and part just unfortunate or fortunate way that he looks. He looks like Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland somehow had like a freak biological child together, and someone like dressed it as a Ken doll and animated it with AI, which is a very specific
That is the
thing.
most like spot on thing I've ever heard anyone say.
It kind of
That
is.
just
It's crazy.
But he is like AI, and that's all his performance. It is a very unreal performance as this kind of narcissist who is having this entire false life outside of himself and this much truer life inside of himself. And I think he is just really fucking good. And going back to Bale, like I don't like his voiceover, but he does this thing that Bale does so well, where when he learns something he doesn't want to know or does want to know, his face is completely frozen. But if you look at his eyes are processing everything like a reptile. He is like processing everything and deciding what to do with it. Just everything is hidden inside and everything outside is false. And I really like that about him. I think he's fucking great. The rest of the cast, I don't really dislike anyone, you know, even the girlfriend, you know. I think she gives good high school bitch. I don't know if she would be any good if it gets a bit more dramatic and she's asked to do anything more than that, but she gives good bitch. Homer Gear is probably my least favourite person in the cast. I just kind of strongly dislike his face. Just really strongly dislike it. It's some of his physicality is okay. I mean, the guy can dance. In that fourth episode, I was like, okay, the guy can move, but his physicality is okay. But anytime his face is involved, not only can he not speak lines with any kind of, you know, believability, he can't move his face in any way that's believable. It's quite freaky. It's probably he is the worst thing Richard Gere ever did, I think. Like worse than his Irish accent in
that Irish accent, man.
well, that's number 2 now.
Okay.
Number one is no, that's awful. The Irish accent, but I don't like Homer Gear. I didn't like him in Euphoria either. I just something about him don't work for me. But cast wise, Evan Rachel Wood is fantastic. She has been. I think things went on in her personal life that kind of hobbled her career, and she should have a better one because she's a phenomenal actress and she's great in this. The fourth episode, I don't like a lot of the writing. In fact, it's not memorable at all. But there are a bunch of lines in the fourth episode that I really liked. For me, this comes to life a little bit in the fourth episode. It livens up and things happen. But when she says to that her daughter's school friend at a porno shoot, and she's like, "Oh, you okay, honey? How's your mum?" She delivered that line so perfectly. I must admit, I chuckled.
I mean, to be fair, that scene was the best in the series so far.
Yeah, that was a great scene. That was uncomfortable and weird, and
it was uncomfortable. It's weird. Dot Marie Jones showed up. It's always good to see Dot Marie Jones.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah, like that's totally out of nowhere, but that is that's the best scene so far for me.
A couple of other bits of dialogue I like this episode. When the woman's trying to speak to her son about a possible new stepdad appearing, and she says he's a podiatrist, and the son just goes, "Oh, gross," because obviously he doesn't know what a podiatrist is. And there's a line right. In fact, it was the last line of the episode, which is one of the spoiled bitches turning to the other spoiled bitches saying, "Don't you want to look at the sky?" And she just replies, "I've seen it," which is a pretty kind of perfect analysis of these characters and their differences. So I didn't like it for the first 3 episodes. I was like, this shit is boring and nothing is happening, like nothing at all. And in the 4th episode, it hasn't made me like the show, but the writing has been better and the characters feel a little more formed. And it just seems to have a bit more personality. Like you got like maids using those little miniature Hoovers to like clean up cocaine over a party. It just had these little moments, and it just seemed better produced. There's some really fluid camera work. It was 3 episodes of nothing and 1 episode of okay,
Well,
could get good.
I mean, it won't. I've read the book, and the book is 600 pages of not good. Well,
Yeah.
500 pages is not good. There's 100 pages towards the end of excellent that will not translate well at all
Okay.
because
But I
Ryan
think with
Murphy cannot do it.
all of Murphy's stuff, you can always say like he has put together a team of people who know how to make his show look good.
Yeah,
But the show looks good all the time.
visually
There's a
Mhm.
great
nice. Yep.
there's a great split diopter shot in one episode, and I was like, oh, that looks fucking great. And then I realised it was pretty much completely lifted from Black Christmas. But it still looked good because he's got all the people who can do this technical stuff and make his show look good. It is a great looking piece of kind of.
Well,
It's got a very pretty LA neon noir look to it, even though it's not really a noir. It's got that. It just looks really good.
for me,
And
Murphy is his own worst enemy. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
Oh no! I'm 100% with you.
Because his crew has the talent. He can hire actors that can do whatever they want him to. Iggy Rigby, go back to Peters on
Evan Peters, yeah.
yeah. Like he gets cast members that can do everything they need him to do. He needs them to do, and then he doesn't do anything with them. He wants to be transgressive and shocking, but he never is. He never goes beyond the most obvious patent. Why are we wasting our time with this? That's my problem with the show is watching it. And I don't think the book is good. I've already said that the book is bad. It's got 100 great pages that are some of, and I will like die on this hill. Some of Bret Easton Ellis's best writing is the climax run of this book. The paranoia, the fear, it's palpable. It is literally probably his best thing since Less Than Zero. Those 100 pages for the worst ending he has ever written. But those 100 pages are great, and like I'm hoping that they can get it to work in the show. I don't think they will. But watching this, I just keep thinking, God, if they had this crew and this cast had any other director or showrunner, this could be so much better.
Well, Tyler, just before you came on, and me and Dave were talking about it, and we were saying,
Mhm.
like, if you want this to be more fun, then Greg Akari could make it more fun.
Yeah.
And if you wanted it to be more twisted, Brian Fuller could do that. And
Mhm.
if you wanted it to just be fucking weird as fuck, Amanda Kramer. Like,
Mhm.
there are people who could do a better job and make something more interesting. But this is, as much as he tries to be, what's the word, transgressive,
Yeah.
Ryan Murphy is the safe option for stuff like this. A safe, palatable option.
And even landing on, because it's on is it FX? It's actually airing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
See,
FX.
this was originally picked up to be a streaming show on HBO, and they would have hired somebody more interesting to make it. And instead, it just got passed down and passed down and passed down, and now it's landed in Murphy's lap. And this is how a lot of Murphy stuff is. It lands in his lap. And he's like, "Lucky me! Look what I get to put my name on! Yay!" But then he never elevates it when he's the one directly involved, and that's the problem with this one. Like, the OJ show is a step up, but he's not the one running that one. His name's on it as a producer. He was in charge of the seasons that followed that aren't nearly as good. But like, I think he's great at seeing talent, but he's not great at making it work.
And I'm not sure where he finds his talent. I'm not sure if he just finds them in bathhouses or.
I mean,
sometimes it just seem like he's just got some twinks that he that he fancies. Sometimes it really does seem he is very just twink focused in his casting.
I
Maybe
mean,
that's just
if
He's the Larry Clark of FX.
Yeah. I wish Brian Fuller could get the level of like belief from producers, because he gets onto projects and takes them too out of the mainstream, I think, and people like get scared and are like, no, please, no, someone else can do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what he tried to do with the Friday the 13th show, but they were like, no, thanks.
Problem is, they're probably going to do it, just not as well.
Yeah.
That's why they're dumping it all out at once instead of like piecing it out over October. Like that would give you the hits, but no, they're gonna dump it all at once, hope people binge through it. That makes me a little leery. But like Iggy Rigby was like he was gaining ground. He was in like 4 or 5 of the Flanagan shows.
Oh, of course he was.
Yeah, he was in he was in some other true crime series for NBC last year, I think. It was I don't remember which serial killer it was. Gacy, maybe he was in the Gacy series. I haven't seen it.
He's obviously a talented kid, and
Yep.
he gives me the creeps in this, which is what he is meant to do. Not in the creeps. I'd never be fearful of that character even if he was in the room with me because he's just a little posh twat. But it gives me the creeps in just how ultimately false every aspect of him is, and that's just always kind of a creepy thing.
Yeah, I'm hoping it gets better for me. It's just I don't know. Tyler.
Yes.
Really, Rhonda, which is an absolutely terrible approach to people with Tourette's, by the way,
Mhm.
how they handle this character. It's played by Ivy Wolk. Do you know what else she's been in? You should have identified her immediately. I'm going to tell you and you're going to go, "What?"
I don't actually. I'm blanking. What was she in?
She is in Enora.
Oh shit, she
She
is.
is Yeah, she's Vanya's friend who works at the candy shop.
Holy shit! I honestly I didn't even recognize her, but now
Yep.
that I know that's her. I
Yep.
loved her in Bro. She had a small part, but she was memorable.
Yeah, I was wondering if you'd picked up on. I was like, because as soon as I saw her, I was like, "Hey!" I was wondering if you noticed. I'm honestly shocked you didn't.
Yeah, I did not notice, but now that I know. That's like, how did I not know that?
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
All
So
right,
agree.
so
We all love the shards.
that is not the word I would use.
Dave
But
tolerates the shards.
I have
It brought.
discussed it for what 29 minutes at this moment, and I haven't called it the Sharts once.
There you
It's
go.
true. Hey,
That's only in that.
it lured tea back to us, and for that, it's maybe one of the greatest television programs ever made.
Yeah,
There you
that
go.
could be.
Because
There
tea
you
is back
go.
in a loving embrace.
I am.
But now you're back, I can be horrible about it next week. Horrible.
Yeah, I think my problem is
Oh, the week after.
Yeah.
I don't get what it's going for. It's not 80s enough, but it's desperate to be 80s. Like the world it's set in, the world that happens in Bret Easton Ellis's head is just not interesting to me. He's so terrified of cults and serial killers while living and I think this is my problem with the show, and it was a problem with the book. These are rich white kids, right? In
Yeah.
LA. In Ronald Reagan's town. And nobody gives a fuck that they're disappearing while an active serial killer is out there
Mm-hmm.
dropping bodies in their neighborhood.
Well, they do talk a lot about like kids are having these huge parties, and they ask where are your parents, and they just they're in another country completely, and they've left me to my own devices. I think there is an
Where are
element
the
of that.
pigs? There would be cops wall to wall. Fucking kidding me.
Especially with the bodies like on tennis courts with like fish
Yes.
around them and stuff.
Yeah,
And
yeah. At
Yeah,
that
I
point,
mean,
you might want to look into it.
somebody would be like looking at. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Where's the police presence? Because they'd be like if they were minorities or poor people. No, but they're not. They're not. They're rich white kids. There should be cops wall to wall, at least in the school. But whatever.
And I don't think Brett's character is that out there by suspecting the brand new mysterious kid who's being mysterious intentionally.
Well, I mean,
Just
I know,
be
but
suspicious. Suspect him.
his suspicion is so overdone for nothing. He doesn't
Yeah.
want to admit seeing me in a movie theater 3 months ago. So weird. I'd fucking remember that. Please. I'm just signing. Some creepy kid looked at me for 4 seconds as I walked to my seat. Please, I'm not gonna remember that shit.
That's for narcissism in him, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. It's just anyway.
That's one little moment I did like as well. In the first episode, he talks about how much he didn't like The Shining because it was so different from the book, which is always like a shitty opinion to have about Stanley Kubrick's The Shining.
It is
That tells you he's a wrong un from the start.
Not
Yep.
wrong. Agreed. All right, guys. You see, I'm not going to put any guesses because I know what happens. But what are your guesses for what's happening next?
No clue. I feel like this has only just started. Like it crawled for 3 episodes and now it's like starting to walk. So I've got no idea.
I honestly, I have no idea where the show's going. I didn't read the book. This is one of the few Ellis books I didn't read. I've read most of his stuff. I didn't read this one, so I honestly, I have no idea where this is going.
It is a monumental book. So okay. Do you want to guess which of his friends is going to be, the first?
Oh, curly blonde. Curly blonde's next.
Yeah, same.
Can't remember his name.
All right.
But there's a relationship that needs to be ruined there, so
It's true.
So it's going to be ruined bloodily, I think. Who knows?
We'll
Dave
find out.
knows.
Yeah, I know. I do know. Oh, that's something else I wanted to say. I feel so bad for their poor noses. The amount of fucking powdered milk they have these kids snorting is just it's like every 30 seconds somebody's snorting powdered milk or powdered coconut. That has to burn.
Just give them good cocaine. It would probably be less awful.
Yes.
Just make sure it's good quality and they'll be fine.
I mean, it just the coke has to be better for them than all that. Because like there's usually like a painful chemical burn when you snort that shit. Those powdered alternatives. I mean, all their parents are famous. They'll be fine with you giving them coke. They were famous in the 80s. They'll all be fine with it. Please. All right, Tyler.
Yes.
Welcome back, brother. Give him the business, please.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta.
He forgot it.
No, I didn't forget.
He's been gone 2 weeks and he forgot all about it. Okay.
No, I did not forget. I was just I was writing down notes and I just forgot. But I have it.
I'm Craig. This is Dave.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I'm eating food. And we're on Instagram, Raiders_of_the_podcast. We're on Facebook, where I haven't put anything on Facebook in a long fucking time. Sorry, Kevin. We have a YouTube channel where you can subscribe, and watch Kevin's awesome videos, sometimes weekly, sometimes bi-weekly. We have a Discord, we have a Blue Sky, and you can always email us at raidersofthepodcast@gmail.com.
As always, thanks for listening. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Catch you next week.
Talk to you next week.
Yay.